And here we are at Vlog 198 with your pal, the shut-in cartoonist musician Jaime, at the Corn Tortilla Press World Headquarters, which is located on an island in the San Francisco Bay on my second water today. So my second one. Already had my coffees this morning. It's late-ish morning, close to 10. We're going to get ready to go over to Amina's house, the granddaughter. Real quick, finally, last thank you to Jorge for this. This is the box they came in, the sampler, the blend trio, which was, what were they? The Holler Mountain Hairbender, and of course, this morning I've been enjoying the house blend. And nice little box. I'm going to use it for storing art supplies. Let's see. The passing of a great broadcaster in my hometown of Sacramento, California. Some of you on here may remember the name. Geoff Wong just passed away, I think this week, around Wednesday, of cancer. Spelled Geoff, Wong, W-O-N-G. And Geoff, I remember having, being with Channel 3, KCRA, and having the Geoff Wong Action Theater. He hosted on, it might have been Saturday nights. Though I don't know how that was done on KCRA. Oh, that's because Bob Wilkins went over to Channel 40. That's right. So yeah, he kind of filled that spot in the early to mid 70s, and then he got bumped off by that little show Saturday Night Live. But yeah, he was there, and he also did, I think, like a Geoff Wong, like an afternoon weekend movie theater, and just hokey B movies and stuff. A lot of fun. And I liked his dry wit and delivery too, and it was great seeing a person of color as well. And so I liked him. I really did. My condolences to his family. Yeah, and a little bit of my childhood out the door it goes. And speaking of which, the last time I'll talk about, the recent passing of Eddie Van Halen and about Van Halen. Something occurred to me the other day, and I kept meaning to bring it up, and I just remembered this morning when I was eating breakfast. Van Halen II, the second album. And first off, I got two parts to that. First off, I never bought Van Halen 2. I never bought the record. I was like a senior in high school when it came out. And in my hometown, in Sacramento, there was a bunch of radio stations. It's a bigger town than you think. It's not huge, but it's way bigger than you think. And two of the FM stations, there was many, but the two main rock stations, yes, I know there was KXOA, but the two big ones were KZAP, KZAP, and KSFM. And Earth Radio 102 or 104, I can't remember where they were. But anyway, I was more loyal to KZAP. And my reasoning is a lot of my buddies, especially the white guys I knew that were real rockers, loved KSFM. And it took me a little bit to figure out why. Because they always say, they play better music more often. Well, no, they just played more of the hits and the obvious shit from the past. Like you'd hear Stairway to Heaven, or Aerosmith's Dream On, or Leonard's, you hear all the same stuff. Where KZAP, I appreciated, is that occasionally you'd hear that, but you would hear deeper tracks. They'd play, Ramble On by Led Zeppelin or something, deeper tracks, or you'd hear also newer bands. Like, I remember hearing the Pretenders on there, hearing Heart, hearing, of course, Van Halen. So, bringing it back up to, I think it was KZAP, and they had this thing where, I remember the DJ had a cold, he had a real nasal thing going, you could tell he was congested, and he kept apologizing for it. And, they were getting ready to play in its entirety Van Halen 2. And I forgot, they had a name for the show, but it was your tape at home. So you could tape the album. That's why they did it. And they were very open about it. I don't know how that worked back then, but it did. And I had my tape ready. I remember I had a brand new tape. I was fairly poor still, so I didn't have a lot of money. But I remember I held on to this tape for something else. And then when that came, I was, I'll use it for this. And, queued it up on my shitty little stereo, and as the guy rattled off the tracks, side A, track 1 will be da 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 da. I'm writing them all down, and track 2 will be da da da. Okay, everybody, get ready, and here it is, Van Halen 2. And I hit record, and I taped the whole album, and so that's what I listened to on tape for a few years anyway. I don't know, man. You couldn't do that now, and I don't think you were supposed to do it then, possibly. But anyway, anybody from Sacramento remember them doing that? And what station? Please sound off below. Finally, what I wanted to get to about Van Halen 2. I was kind of underwhelmed. Pretty much, I was pretty much underwhelmed by every Van Halen album after one. They were all kind of like, yeah, it's okay, you know, but the first one still kicks ass. But the song Dance the Night Away, which I believe might have been their biggest hit, you know, commercially. Um, and it is a catchy tune. I'm not going to lie. It's a real catchy tune, very melodic. Eddie was very good at melodies and so forth and just keeping songs melodic. But the part that stood out to me was the break in the middle. No guitar solo. He just tapped the melody like for 8 bars or 12 bars or how many bars it was. And then they went right back into the song. And I thought, back even then, I remember sitting there listening to that going, that's brilliant. That's brass balls, man, to be the world's, you know, since Jimi Hendrix and since Eddie's point of starting, he is still, even before he died, he was still considered a benchmark guitarist. I mean, this guy, for those non-musicians out there, I can't impress upon you enough how big this guy was, you know, in the sense of changing the game of guitar playing. So anyway, I just thought that was cool. And I'm going to leave you with that. We're going to go over and see Amina. Today's her birthday. She's 2 years old. We're pretty stoked. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. We're going to mask up. You do the same. Wash and sanitize your hands. Keep your distance. Be kind to one another. You know, that's the best thing to do. Oh, check out my website. The address will be below. I did a couple little revamps on it. Very small, but maybe you'll notice. And order some. And don't forget to subscribe below. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And I'll see you next time.